last night when we came down the Okeechobee waterway from the St. Lucie lock, we found this little canal. Now where that concrete is, there's concrete under there, so don't go in there because you won't make it. But in this little basin here, it's safe to anchor. As long as you're the last ones through the lock and there's nobody else coming, they can wake you. So with that caveat, it's okay to pull over here for the night. And we're headed on down to Indiantown and out possibly into the lake today. What we're doing today, we've got a front coming in with 20 to 25 mile-an-hour winds, and Lake Okeechobee is in the shape of a saucer on the bottom, and you can get waves recorded as high as 40 feet out there, and we don't want any part of that. So what we're going to do is come out Port Mayaca, take the rim canal, and we're trying to come down to an anchorage that Skipper Bob describes right here. This little cutout before the bridge at Torrey Island. We'll have protection from all quadrants. And we're coming to a couple of bridges.
So go to the right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Now this is a CSX railroad bridge in Indiantown that we're going through. And it's not well marked on the chart, so now we've just come through the swing bridge at Indiantown. Death is somebody's dream right there. Now as you're coming down the waterway, there's just a little nondescript entrance channel off to the north, and that's the entrance to Indiantown Marina right there. Indiantown Marina, we've come in to top off on generator gas so we can ride out this storm if we need to be. This is a mom and pop operation. They have lift and haul out. It's a popular place for boat storage.
Come on, buddy. Come on. Slow down. Look at that, Matt.
I know.
Look at him push the water up front.
Yeah. That lake. Before we get to the lock and the railroad bridge, and it's normally kept open. At the green light, high lake level today, so he's going to give us an open lock going through. Thank you. Come out, you're greeted by a lot of water. Now Skipper Bob reports some shoaling on the east side of the lake right in here. So we've come out to marker number 5, taking a true course of 170, which should bring us right back in around spread of this white sand here at between R24 and G25. That's where we want to come back into the canal, and then we'll pick up the rim route and head all the way around the edge, and we're headed for Torrey Island where we can get in here and hide behind that and this nasty storm that's coming. There's a tropical storm in the brew now as well.
Well, it looks like we have a few tag-alongs. They're eating the minnows that's kicked up by the prop of the boat. and they seem to be getting a free meal.
Coming in between, now we're coming back in between 24 and 25, and what that little turnoff did, shortcut did, looked like it cut out about 2 miles.
Well, we just passed red marker 40, and we're getting a lot of cross swells in here. Captain Matt is trying to keep us straight. You can really test your legs on this one today.
Cat and Connie's surfing now. Now the wind speed right now is 10 to pick up these swells, and then tomorrow night it goes 25 and possibly 30. So let's see why we're trying to get out of here. Every day is a challenge. You've got some challenge during the day you're going to have to overcome. And there's a lot of planning that goes into this, especially if you're a slow boat like we are, where you have to plan around weather and plan your anchorages.
Well, we have a nice sunset coming on. We made it to green 75. Got pretty hairy right back there. Captain Matt was on at the helm, and I had to go downstairs and rearrange a few things that got thrown around. Also heard a radio distress signal of a boat to come out. Had to be coached in how to manage their boat into the waves. It just goes to show you can get into some really big trouble on this water.
Marker 82, we're going to get out of these swells. We're already starting to feel less effects from them. And come in a cut behind Torrey Island where we can get out of this wind. They've already sent the Coast Guard out after one boat, and we don't want to be the second. Now that's Creamer Island. Had a buddy of mine, actually one of the first treasure salvers I worked with, Cobb-grilling, was hunting for some loot that he thought was buried, might be buried on that island from the 30s, the Ashley gang. He died before he could ever locate it. And some of you who follow the treasuresites.com, the news that used to be put up, it can still be found at treasuresites.com/news.htm or HTML, I forget which one. But I came out in the Super Cub and flew over it and photographed it all for him and put that on the site. I didn't put what it was all about at the time. But he's passed away several years ago. Now the cut goes in here behind these islands, and the last one in a row is called Torrey Island, and that's where we're coming down. Cobb-grilling had magged he was the original one to find the shipwrecks, the 1500 shipwrecks over in Texas, and of course he never got mentioned for that. And he originally found the shipwrecks in the Great Lakes. After World War II, he had a mag boat, and he one by one went and found those things, and there were articles written at the time of him. He was a big deal back then, and oddly enough, he lived long enough to see people come out and rediscover those wrecks and as their own. And this is what the Torrey Island anchorage looks like. It's just a little hole there, little pocket off the rim canal. Very buggy.